Over the last 10 years, about 170 billion United States dollars have left the shores of Nigeria by way of illicit financial flows. The civil society organizations led by the Human and Environmental Development Agency (HEDA) made this known at the presentation of a critical review of UK and UAE policies, laws and practices in financial and non-financial institutions. Folashade Ogunrinde reports.
With the latest corruption ranking by Transparency International placing Nigeria as the 149th most corrupt country in the world, there are indications that corruption is perceived to have worsened in the country within the last 1 year. On this premise, the Human and Environmental Development Agenda (HEDA), in collaboration with other partners, reviewed the loopholes in the laws and policies governing the financial and non-financial systems in the United Kingdom and the United Arab Emirates. Speaking on illicit financial flows, the Executive Secretary, Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Sadiq Rada, said corruption has devastating effects on the economy of any nation.
The Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption is fully in support of HEDA and all other stakeholders that will add value in the fight against corruption in general, but more specifically the issue of illicit financial flows. Illicit financial flows is devastating, it has serious consequences, and eventually it can crumble countries. We have to work very hard within our country to ensure that the funds are not taken out.
According to HEDA Chairman Olarinwaju Suraju, the exercise revealed that the federal government lost about $170 billion from 2004 to 2013 to money laundering.
We've painstakingly, for over the period of 2 years, reviewed these laws and policies to see how it is possible for just 13 law enforcement officers in Nigeria to have about 216 properties in the UAE. I mean, this is a red flag for any country that is interested in preventing the illicit financial flow of funds and assets to a jurisdiction like the UAE.
Stakeholders also charged the government of the United Arab Emirates to help facilitate the return of $170 billion laundered to the UAE.
The UAE government has to do more now to help us return the part of the $170 billion that has gone into the UAE, whether as cash transfers or as investments in properties. Those nations have to take more responsibility based on their commitment under UNCAC and within the anti-money laundering laws that they have also signed or pact that they have entered into with Nigeria. It's only when we see this type of collaboration that we can stop these monies from leaving the country.
Nigeria is a signatory to the United Nations Convention on Money Laundering, which grants member countries the leverage to cooperate to check the flow of illicit money to their various countries. If such cooperation can be sustained, there are hopes that such criminality might be reduced to its barest minimum. Folashade Ogunrinde, TV 360 News.